Think adventure bikes have to be huge, heavy, and expensive to take you anywhere? Not anymore. The latest wave of lightweight adventure motorcycles is changing what real-world riding looks like. Brands are now building sub-500cc machines that deliver the freedom, comfort, and performance of bigger bikes, without the bulk or intimidation factor. These bikes are designed for riders who want reliability, genuine capability, and a price that doesn't empty your wallet. In this video, we're diving into the world of proven, accessible, lightweight ADVs and putting some of the most talked about models head-to-head. Let's see what happens when old-school durability meets modern expectations. First up is a bike that's earned its reputation the slow, steady way, the Suzuki DRZ 400S. While other brands chase the latest gadgets and electronics, the DRZ 400S sticks with what works. At its core is a 398 cubic centimeters single-cylinder engine, simple, air-cooled, and built for easy maintenance. It's not about showing off with high-tech features. Instead, it delivers predictable, usable power every time you twist the throttle. Riders and mechanics alike appreciate its straightforward design, since there's little to go wrong and repairs are rarely complicated. The DRZ 400S weighs in at about 366 pounds wet, making it light enough to handle confidently off-road but still stable on the highway. That balance means you can pick it up after a tip-over on the trail, then cruise home without feeling beat up. The suspension and seat are basic but functional, and there are no ride modes or fancy screens, just proven hardware that stood the test of time. Affordable parts, legendary reliability, and a huge aftermarket make it a favorite among adventure riders who value dependability. But not every adventure bike sticks to the familiar formula. For riders who want something a little different in the lightweight ADV world, the Moto Morini X-Cape 650 stands out as an Italian dark horse. While not everyone is familiar with Moto Morini, this bike has started to pick up a following among riders looking for a blend of style and substance. The X-Cape 650 uses a 649 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine that produces 60 horsepower, offering a level of refinement and character that's rare in this segment. The engine isn't just about numbers. It delivers a smooth, engaging ride that feels distinct from most other mid-sized adventure bikes. Build quality is another area where the X-Cape 650 makes an impression. Premium Kayaba suspension and Brembo brakes are standard, giving the bike a solid feel both on and off the road. The Italian styling is clear, but the bike is also practical. A 19-inch front wheel helps with off-road work. The ergonomics are comfortable for long days in the saddle, and the 20-liter fuel tank means you can cover serious distance between stops. There are a few trade-offs, though. Moto Morini's dealer network is still growing, so maintenance and parts availability might be a concern for some. Still, for riders who want something unique with real capability, the X-Cape 650 offers a compelling alternative. Moving to the budget end of the spectrum, the Zongshen RX-3 is a standout for riders who want adventure without a big price tag. The RX-3 comes in at a fraction of the cost of most established brands, making it an accessible entry point for those who want to get into adventure riding without spending a fortune. Its 223 cubic centimeters single-cylinder engine isn't about high power, but it's proven to be reliable and fuel-efficient, which is essential for long trips or remote areas where gas stations are few and far between. The straightforward engine design also means maintenance is simple, so you can keep things running smoothly without special tools or a dealer nearby. The RX-3's steel frame is built to handle rough roads and offers a level of durability you don't always find at this price. Ground clearance and suspension are practical, not flashy, but they get the job done for mixed terrain. The fuel tank is sized for decent range, letting you ride longer between stops. For budget-minded riders or those planning extended journeys far from service networks, the RX-3's focus on function and dependability makes it a practical choice. Of course, not every rider is looking for pure practicality. Some want to stand out from the crowd, even if it means trading a bit of off-road focus for unique style. The Husqvarna Svartpilen 401 takes a very different approach from the usual adventure bike formula. With its flat-track-inspired design and minimalist Scandinavian styling, It stands out in any city setting. The look is sharp and stripped back, appealing to riders who want something modern and stylish rather than the typical rugged utilitarian ADV. Underneath, the Svartpillen 401 uses a 373 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine, the same one found in the KTM 390 Adventure, delivering smooth and predictable power that's well-suited to city riding and light mixed terrain. WP suspension components and BikeBrag brakes come standard, giving the Svartpillen 401 a solid, confident feel whether you're navigating tight city streets or dealing with rougher patches of road. While it offers spoked wheels and decent ground clearance, its street-oriented ergonomics and compact fuel tank show that it's designed mainly for urban exploration and everyday commuting. The Svartpillen 401 isn't built for hardcore off-road adventures, but it's a solid choice for riders who want a blend of style, comfort, and manageable performance in a city bike. That's a very different philosophy from bikes that have built their reputation on simplicity and sheer toughness. The Kawasaki KLR 650 is a name that comes up again and again among adventure riders. It's a bike that has built a loyal following thanks to its straightforward design and reputation for reliability. The 651 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine is all about dependable torque and easy maintenance, which is why you'll hear stories of KLRs crossing continents and handling everything from remote back roads to long highway stretches. Riders appreciate that it's simple to work on, with parts available just about everywhere, making it a practical choice for anyone who wants to keep rolling no matter where the road leads. Durability is a big part of the KLR's appeal. The fuel tank is large enough for serious range, and the bike's basic construction means repairs can be handled with basic tools, even far from home. While some riders point out the noticeable vibration, basic suspension, and utilitarian looks, those drawbacks rarely outweigh the benefits for folks who value function over flash. The KLR 650's affordability and huge aftermarket scene let riders customize it for long trips or rough terrain, making it a solid pick for anyone who wants a no-nonsense adventure machine. Not every adventure bike is about rugged simplicity, though. Some take a completely different direction, blending striking looks with serious off-road ability. The Fantic Caballero 500 Rally brings a different kind of appeal to the lightweight ADV scene. Italian design is front and center here, with retro styling that stands out in a crowd of practical-looking adventure bikes. But the Caballero isn't just about looks. At its core, you get a 449 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine with modern fuel injection and a broad torque band, giving you smooth, usable power for technical trails and everyday rides. This balance of style and function is what makes the Fantic unique. It's a bike for riders who want their ride to look good without giving up real off-road ability. Premium Kayaba suspension offers enough travel for rough trails, and Brembo brakes give you strong, predictable stopping power. The 21-inch front wheel and solid ground clearance mean the Caballero can handle more than just city streets. It's a capable trail bike that doesn't sacrifice comfort or control. That said, Fantic's smaller dealer network and higher price compared to mainstream brands might be drawbacks for some. Still, for those who value distinctive design and quality components, the Caballero 500 Rally is a standout option. Of course, not everyone is looking for standout style or high-end parts. Sometimes a bike that quietly does everything well is exactly what you need. The Suzuki V-Strom 250SX is all about sensible, reliable adventure, without the fuss. It runs a 248 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine, which means smooth, quiet power delivery and less vibration than you'll find on most single-cylinder options. That makes it a solid pick for riders who want to spend long hours on the highway or just want a bike that feels composed and easy to manage. With great fuel economy and a price tag that's one of the lowest in the segment, it's a smart choice for anyone watching their budget, but still wanting a real adventure machine. Comfort is a big part of the V-Strom 250SX's appeal. The upright riding position, Decent ground clearance and wind protection make it easy to rack up miles, while handguards and dual-purpose tires add some versatility for light off-road use. Suzuki's reputation for reliability means you can count on this bike to start every time and keep running with just basic maintenance. It's approachable for new riders, but practical enough that experienced adventurers appreciate its no-nonsense approach. Of course, not every bike in this class tries to blend in. Some take a different path, putting style and heritage front and center. The Triumph Scrambler 400X steps in with a blend of classic British design and modern practicality. Triumph leans into its heritage here, with styling that nods to the original Scramblers, but pairs it with up-to-date engineering. The 398 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine delivers smooth, predictable power, making this bike comfortable for city commutes and confident on back roads. Upside-down forks and twin rear shocks add to the premium feel, while the upright riding position and a seat height of 32.8 inches keep things accessible for most riders. This isn't the bike you pick for hardcore off-roading, but it handles gravel roads and light trails without any drama. The 3.4-gallon tank gives you about 200 miles of range, so you won't be stopping for fuel too often. Build quality stands out, with thoughtful details and a finish that feels more expensive than its price tag suggests. Some riders might wish for spoked wheels and more aggressive suspension, but the Scrambler 400X is really about easy versatility and unmistakable style. It's a strong option for those who want a bike with character and proven engineering, but the adventure market is full of surprises, sometimes from brands you might not expect. Stepping into the value segment, the Vogue 500 DSX is a Chinese-made adventure bike that's challenging what riders expect at this price point. Instead of cutting corners, Vogue gives the 500 DSX a 471 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine, known for smooth, consistent power delivery, making highway cruising and longer trips a lot more comfortable than most singles in this class. Riders get modern fuel injection and a refined feel that's more in line with established brands. What really stands out is the feature list. The 500 DSX comes with a full-color TFT display, multiple ride modes, and LED lighting throughout, features usually reserved for pricier models. The riding position is upright and relaxed, and reviewers have noted the build quality is better than you might expect from a newer brand. It handles city streets, gravel roads, and longer rides with equal ease, making it a practical all-rounder. The main challenge is the limited dealer network in some regions, which could make parts and service harder to find. Still, for budget-minded riders willing to look beyond the usual names, the Vogue 500 DSX offers a lot of motorcycle for the money. Some bikes slip under the radar because of the badge on the tank, and the Benelli TRK 502X is a perfect example. While most riders might not expect much from a name that's Italian-designed but built in China, the TRK 502X quietly brings a lot to the table for anyone looking at lightweight adventure options. Its 500cc parallel twin engine is tuned for smooth, usable power that works well for touring, especially if you're carrying luggage or a passenger. The linear power delivery means less strain on the engine, whether you're on the highway or taking back roads. Benelli didn't skimp on features either. You get full LED lighting, an adjustable windscreen, and comfortable seating for two, which are usually only found on pricier bikes. Spoked wheels and crash bars add some real-world adventure readiness, and the tank size gives you solid range between fill-ups. The price is a big draw, making it one of the more accessible options for riders who want a well-equipped bike without a premium tag. There are some trade-offs, like a smaller dealer network and the potential for slower parts availability compared to bigger brands. But for riders who focus on value and practical touring features, the TRK 502X stands out. Not every adventure bike needs to shout for attention. Sometimes the most balanced options just quietly get the job done. Some bikes make a statement with flashy looks or big numbers, but the Kawasaki Versys X300 takes a different approach. With its 296 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine putting out a claimed 39 horsepower, This bike is all about delivering a smooth, comfortable ride, whether you're commuting or heading out for a weekend trip. The twin-cylinder setup means less vibration than most singles, so you can cruise on the highway or rack up long miles without feeling worn out. The 386-pound curb weight makes it easy to handle for newer riders, but there's enough substance here for experienced folks too. A 19-inch front wheel and real ground clearance help the Versys X300 handle gravel and light trails, while the upright riding position and decent wind protection keep fatigue in check on longer journeys. Owners often mention the bike's fuel efficiency and reliable nature, which is handy if you're planning extended trips or just want to spend more time riding and less time at the pump. Kawasaki's reputation for durability means you can count on this bike to keep going, even if you're far from home. Plenty of riders look for value and versatility in their first adventure bike, but sometimes a familiar badge brings its own set of expectations. BMW's G310 GS brings the GS Adventure look and feel into a much more attainable package. This entry-level model is powered by a 313 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine, making around 34 horsepower and 21 pound-feet of torque. It's not going to win drag races, but the smooth power delivery and fuel efficiency make it easy to live with, especially for newer riders or those who want a manageable bike for city riding and the occasional light trail. The upright ergonomics, 32.9-inch seat height, and about 7 inches of suspension travel mean the G310 GS is comfortable over long distances and rougher roads, while the 374-pound weight keeps it approachable for most. The bike is built in India through BMW's partnership with TVS, but you still get the GS styling, quality switchgear, and a premium finish that stands out at this price. There's a handy luggage rack, decent ground clearance, and a 3-year warranty for peace of mind. On the downside, the G310 GS doesn't have the passing power of bigger bikes, and its dated screen and higher maintenance costs might give some riders pause. It's also not the most dirt-capable machine in its class, so expectations should be realistic if you want to tackle tougher trails. Still, for riders looking for a taste of the BMW adventure experience without the premium price, the G310 GS makes that possible. And it's proof that entry-level adventure bikes can now deliver a genuine brand experience, no matter where they're built. Royal Enfield has taken a big step forward with the Himalayan 450, moving away from its usual retro style and fully embracing the adventure touring world. This bike runs a brand new 452 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine, Royal Enfield's first liquid-cooled motor, producing 40 horsepower and 29.5 pound-feet of torque. The power delivery is smooth and easy to use, and the modern fuel injection means it starts up reliably in any weather. The Himalayan 450 doesn't just rely on a new engine. It comes with a Showa inverted fork up front and a Showa monoshock at the rear, both offering nearly 8 inches of travel. The adjustable seat ranges from 32.5 to 33.3 inches, making it one of the most accessible in the class. You get a 21-inch front wheel, 9 inches of ground clearance, and a 4.5-gallon fuel tank for longer rides. The full-color TFT display with Google Maps integration and 4 ride modes adds a modern touch. At 432 pounds wet, it's heavier than some rivals, but the chassis is tuned for relaxed, confident riding. As more brands push the boundaries of what a lightweight adventure bike can be, the landscape keeps getting more competitive. For riders who want serious off-road capability without the size or price tag of a heavyweight, the KTM 390 Adventure stands out. This Austrian-built bike runs a 399 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine, making 44 horsepower and 29 pound-feet of torque, delivered through a Bosch EFI system and ride-by-wire throttle. It's got road, off-road, and rain ride modes, each with lean angle sensitive traction control and ABS. That means you can actually adjust how the bike responds to changing terrain, something you don't often see at this price point. The 390 Adventure R is set up for the dirt, with 9 inches of suspension travel, a class-leading 10.7 inches of ground clearance, and spoked 21 18-inch wheels. At 388 pounds wet, it's light enough to toss around on single track, but stable on the road. The rally-inspired windscreen and tank shrouds keep things practical while adding a bit of style. Some riders mention issues like a sensitive kickstand switch that can cut the engine if the stand drops, and the engine's power comes alive higher in the rev range, so you need to keep it spinning for the best results. Maintenance costs lean toward the higher side, but you're getting a nimble, premium-feeling machine that's built for aggressive riding. Not every adventure bike tries to split the difference between rugged trail work and everyday use. Honda's CRF 300L Rally is a favorite for riders who want a bike that's just as comfortable on the trail as it is on the street. It runs a 286 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine, making around 27 horsepower. The power delivery is smooth and torquey, and the engine is known for being reliable and easy to maintain. Fuel injection handles rough conditions without fuss, and the bike's overall weight of 331 pounds keeps it manageable for new and experienced riders alike. The Rally version stands out with real off-road capability, over 10 inches of suspension travel, a 21-inch front wheel, and a chassis that's proven itself on rough terrain. The taller windscreen, larger 3.4-gallon tank, and comfortable ergonomics mean you can stretch your range to over 250 miles between stops, and you'll appreciate the wind protection on longer rides. Honda's reputation for durability, solid part support, and reasonable service costs make this bike an easy pick for adventure riders who want peace of mind. While the suspension is on the soft side and electronics are basic, the CRF 300L Rally's value at $6,199 and its focus on real-world usability keep it high on the list for anyone prioritizing reliability and versatility. There's a growing interest in bikes that offer even more features for the money, especially from brands you might not expect. The Cove 450 Rally is starting to show up on more riders' radar, especially among those looking for premium features at a price that undercuts most big names. Built by a Chinese brand that's still new to many, the Cove 450 Rally brings a 449 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine with about 52 horsepower and 33 pound-feet of torque. That's paired with long-travel KYB suspension and Brembo brakes, so you're not missing out on quality components just because the badge isn't as familiar. What stands out are the features you usually find on bikes with much higher price tags: a full-color TFT display, multiple ride modes, and LED lighting throughout. The ergonomics are set up for real off-road riding, with a slim tank and narrow seat that make it easy to move around whether you're standing or sitting. Spoked 21-inch front and 18-inch rear wheels give it genuine trail capability, while the Rally-style navigation tower and overall finish have reviewers comparing it to European machines. Some riders are still cautious about dealer support and parts availability, since the network is limited in many areas. But the Cove 450 Rally is making people rethink what to expect from a Chinese adventure bike, especially when it comes to value and real-world performance. Shifting focus to another contender from China, the CFMoto 450 MT is making its mark in the lightweight ADV market by packing in features and performance at a price that's hard to ignore. Powered by a 449 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine with a 270-degree crank, it puts out a claimed 44 horsepower and 32.5 pound-feet of torque. The engine's firing order gives it a punchy V-twin-like feel, and the Bosch EFI settings keep throttle response crisp both on pavement and gravel roads. Reviewers have pointed out how lively this bike feels, especially given its approachable $6,499 price tag. On paper, the 450 MT looks like it's checking nearly every box. A full-color TFT display with smartphone connectivity, multiple ride modes, switchable traction control, and LED lighting throughout. KYB suspension offers 7.9 inches of travel at both ends and plenty of adjustability, but ground clearance sits at 8.7 inches, enough for most back roads, though it's not the highest in class. Spoked, tubeless 21-inch front and 18-inch rear wheels boost its adventure credentials. while the steel frame and removable subframe add to its durability. At 440 to 449 pounds wet, it's lighter than some rivals, but still not a featherweight. The 450 MT is best suited for riders who want comfort and tech for long road miles and gravel adventures, rather than hardcore trail work. With this much value in the segment, it's clear the options for adventure riders are opening up in ways we haven't seen before. In conclusion, for experienced riders who care about reliability, technical accuracy, and real-world performance, the landscape has never looked better. Proven bikes like the KTM 390 Adventure R, Royal Enfield Himalayan 450, CFMoto IBEX 450, and Honda CRF 300L Rally all bring their own strengths. Whether you want advanced electronics, long-range comfort, or true off-road capability, these models show that you don't need a massive engine or a sky-high price to get a dependable adventure machine. If one of these bikes caught your eye, let me know in the comments. And if you want more honest reviews and first looks at what's coming next, hit subscribe. There's always another adventure just ahead.